Welcome to Biafra Battle Cry TV, where Biafra is not just only our identity, it is our faith. Here, we stand firm in our devotion to the cause and to our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, champion leader of the Indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB. We bring you bold, unfiltered updates on the internal and external forces confronting our people, exposing the oppression and injustice within the so-called Zoological Republic of Nigeria. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to stay connected to the heartbeat of the resistance. Thanks for watching, and may Biafra rise.
If no quick don't kill us, our head go like this. Anywhere, just enter anywhere. You must see money anywhere. Anywhere you find. Proper bank anywhere was there.
Dear President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, that is a video of Nigerian primary school children held hostage in the bush with human being skull given to them and guns behind their head that they should cry out for help and to bring ransom if they want to be alive. Primary school children. To the Inspector General of Police, Kayode Egbetokun, those are Nigerian primary school children in the bush giving skull. To the DG of DSS, Adeolu Ajayi, that is a video of primary school Nigerian children in the bushes giving skull, held as hostage with gun to their head. To the Chief of Army Staff, Olufemi Oluyede, that is a video of Nigerian primary school children giving skull, human being skull, and guns to their head for money to be brought before they release them. To the Chief of Defense Staff, Christopher Musa, that is a video of Nigerian primary school children giving skull and guns to their head. To the Chief of Air Staff, Air Marshal Hassan Abubakar, that is a video of Nigerian primary school children with skull, human being skull given to them, and guns to their head, that they should bring money, else they will not be released, and that will be their fate. To the Chief of Naval Staff, Vice Admiral Emmanuel Ogala, that is a video of primary school children, Nigerian primary school children, holding skull in the bush with gun to their head. To the Chief of Staff to the President, Femi Baja, that is a video of Nigerian primary school children giving skull and gun to their head. Inside the bush, they are being held hostage by kidnappers in 2025. If this thing happened during when you people were growing up, I no go take this position one a day today. I just listed the service chiefs, the people that are charged with the responsibility of protecting us in Nigeria. So far, so good. Insecurity is closing up on all of us in this country, and nothing is being done. Kidnappers now have so much confidence to even display these things on social media, make videos and posts. Nothing is being done. To the service chiefs at this point, it's like they need to change the service chiefs at this point. They are incompetent. They can't protect us. They can't. They can't. Everything is being overlooked or underlooked now in Nigeria. If you thought say 1,000 people dying and nobody cares, nothing. Primary school children will go through this. I would say they have not been kidnapping, for crying out loud. They have been kidnapping in Nigeria, but the kidnappers have never had that mind to video kids, primary school kids in their uniform. Primary school children are the ones wearing short uniform and short shirt in their uniform, posted it online, giving them skull. And our politicians are only bothered about 2027. And like I said, by the time they finish with all of us, who won't vote for now 2027? Who? Primary school children. Primary school kids inside the bush. And to the executive governor of Edo State, Governor Monday Ogbebulu, this is your state, Edo State. That's Auth0rity to be precise. That's Auth0rity to be precise. I've called your name before and I've shown you, I've told you. Say there's insecurity in your state. You are in charge of the whole Edo State. You are not only in charge of Benin. In the whole of Nigeria, this is what they do. They pick a candidate to become the governor. The candidate will leave every other part of the state and focus on the capital. Because that is where people come and stay. That's where people come and look. How about the other people that you are responsible for? Who takes care of them? Governor Monday Ogbebulu, what are you doing? What are you doing? Those are your children in the bush. I mean, you just say now only the one, your daughter saw you, they parade everywhere. You just say now only them, now you born. They put you in charge of the whole Edo State. The whole Nigeria is being surrounded. I keep screaming this thing. Nigeria is being surrounded by terrorists and kidnappers. Just which they here for Anambra State, they carry fish magnets and they no come back again. They carry fish magnets just which day. You no come back again. We don't do it, we keep everybody don't move. We are taking the insecurity of Nigeria. We are not taking it seriously. It's closing up on everybody. It's closing up on all of us. Imagine parents sending their kids to school. Go and learn so that you become somebody tomorrow. Education is important. And the children go to school and don't return. The least, I keep saying it, the least Nigerian government can do for us is security. The economy is bad. The roads are bad. Transportation is expensive. Housing is expensive. We don't have good lights. We don't have power supply. Everything is expensive. Data, everything. Call, everything. Food. The least you can do is provide security. And we don't have that. And you, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, you come back again and seek a re-election? You come back again. You are taking all your time to do campaign. What is this? Primary school children. Primary school children.
The end game for them, because we did, normally when you want to look at this type of challenges, what you do is that you go through what we call the intelligence circle, okay? When you do the processing and you do the analysis before dissemination point, you discover that the end game for them is to just turn this country into like a Taliban type of country. And it's a mindset. And anything goes. In other words, 10% casualties, 20% casualties is allowed in trying to achieve the end game of Islamizing this country.
That's for the terrorists, the bandits.
It's not for the terrorists and the bandits, for the sponsors. Because I told you, and I will repeat on this channel, the sponsors of Boko Haram and the bandits are the problems. And defense headquarters, the army headquarters, the naval headquarters, the air force cannot do anything about that. Buhari has to do something about that. The Interpol has the list of those people that are sponsoring Boko Haram. I work with Interpol. They should ask, if they don't know, they should ask. The government of Dubai, they have the list of those people. During the trial of those people that were caught, names were mentioned. They have the list. The government also told us that they've arrested 400 sponsors of Boko Haram. Why should a government not try those people and bring peace and harmony and safety to this nation? Why won't a government do that? Those people that are going to harass cadets and officers in NDA, they live around the place. I know NDA very well. I was in Georgia, I was in NDA as young officers, and I know the area very well. They live around the place. So why can't you put up a blimp that can see what they are doing in real time and eliminate them? Why won't you do that?
In fact, there were more details saying that some persons slept up, but we'll come to that hopefully. Markwe has got some questions for you. Markwe, go ahead, please.
Thank you, Chamberlain. Much as we're looking at it looks like we're looking at the remote causes. The immediate causes, I think, is what is worrying a lot of people in terms of the significance of the attack. For some people, they're wondering, what do you think were the bandits trying to pass home a message when they chose the National Defense Academy as the area of the attack? I mean, as the area they decided to attack. Because normally people know that military installations, for instance, if you were to, I mean, you've talked about how the military institutions are usually open to the public on Fridays. There'll be questions as to this attack did not happen on a Friday. It happened on a Tuesday. So the guards were supposed to have been up. So there'll be questions as to what happened, how was the perimeter breached, what about the guards that are usually mounted on, watchtowers, what were they doing? Were they asleep? There'll be areas where there are CCTV cameras. What happened in those areas as well? There are huge questions around around that. And then the significance, what gave these bandits the audacity, the temerity to be able to say, this is going to be the area we want to attack today? Do you have any questions roaming in your head in terms of, what were they trying to really achieve beyond? Because some people say this is not about ransom. Maybe they want to take a ransom, yes, maybe. But it looks like they were trying to send home a message.
Yeah, thank you, Makwe. You just got it right. They just want to send a message. And this is what terrorists do. And what the Buhari government should do is to tag these people as terrorists. What they want to do is to send a message to create fear and to show the military that we can come for you and there's nothing you can do. You may not know, I don't know whether it's out in the news, that the major has been killed. Belongs to some groups, and I know about 3 hours ago his body was found. He has been killed. So it's not about ransom. I just want to confirm to Makwe that she is right. It's not about ransom. They just want to pass a message. We can come in. We can do what we need to do. And there are some hardliners in this government that are sponsoring this kind of narratives. They just want to show that they can Islamize this country. They think about Taliban. They think about the Mujahideens. And they want to replicate it in this country. And they don't care what happened. They simply don't care. As long as at the end of the day, there's Sharia and there is whatever thing they have in their head they want to achieve. So these people that are sending messages are sponsored by Nigerians.
I'm sorry if I could follow up on that quickly.
Please go ahead.
This part of what you just spoke about now, the security agencies gleaned this from those who they arrested over time, saying this is the intention.
Absolutely. The intention of it's on the internet. So it's not even about the people we interrogated. The intention is to Islamize Nigeria and practice Sharia. And it doesn't matter if some people die. It doesn't matter if you're embarrassed. It doesn't matter if our economy has degenerated. Look at the interest rate. Look at the inflation rate. Look at the debt profile of Nigeria. They don't care. As long as at the end, the Quran is at the sea. So some people in this country have this mindset. And we must tell the truth. If you tell the truth, you die. If you don't tell it, you die. Some people have this mindset to Islamize the nation. And they are in the government. And people know them. The DSS know them. The NIA know them. The DIA knows them, because it is the DIA that conducted the operations, that arrested these sponsors. So they know them. Why is the government, the commander-in-chief of the armed forces?
The general area of Afaka, where where the NDA is cited, is no stranger to this sort of attacks. Before now, I mean, a few other institutions around the Defense Academy have also been attacked. Talking about the Institute of Agriculture and so Forestry, Mechanized Division, something to that effect. I can't remember the exact name of the institution now, but we do know that they have been around this area. Now, I'm looking at the front page of Daily Trust newspapers, and they have this, why NDA security was compromised. And the first writer says, bandits leave peacefully. Peacefully is in parenthesis, near academy. There have been questions before now that sometimes, you know, this happened in Jos, around Rukuba, that, oh, there were attacks happening in the neighboring area, and that the military institutions did nothing. The same thing happened when there were attacks on the airport, the airport's residential area in Kaduna. Oh, that was very close to the Defense Academy. They did nothing. Oh, they attacked the forestry school in Kaduna. They did nothing. Now they have finally come for them. But the talk is that these people have been there all along. They never went anywhere. The bandits who perpetrated this attack have been there all along. Does the military really need, I mean, if this is something that is of concern to the security agencies, because it was only a matter of time from what it would seem that we're reading that these attacks were going to happen, it didn't really need to wait this long before they took action against people they knew were a security threat to not just them, but also the people around their environment.
Yeah, Makwe, I may also shock you that some cadets have been abducted before now. And when they took these cadets away, and they demanded for ransom, as low as 400,000 naira at that time, the cadets were released after the ransom were paid. And the cadet told them that where they took them to, that they could hear the parade going on in NDA, that they were not taken far away from NDA, that every morning they hear the parade and the programs going on in NDA while they were in the camp of the terrorists. You are right. These people live around NDA. It's about social-cultural issue. As long as you're a Muslim and you speak Fufude or Hausa, you can do whatever you like and fraternize with the military and go in and out of the barracks. You are saying that the attack did not happen on Friday. Of course, it will not happen on Friday, but they have enough time to carry out surveillance. They have enough time to have insiders that will work with them. The problem is that journalists should go around our military institution this Friday and carry their cameras and see the decadence, the security breach that goes on every Friday in all military institutions across Nigeria, and tell the Minister of Defense to put a stop to that. The defense institutions, they are sacred. They are not where people can come on Friday, throw open the gate because they want to come and do Jumat. The truth is that on Sundays, we don't have such, invasion of our premises by Christians to come and pray or to come and do whatever on Sundays. But for the 35 years I spent in the military intelligence, if you go to Tego Barracks in Apapa, it's the same. The Tego Barracks is where I was trained as an intelligence officer. It's the same. On Friday, they will troop in. They throw it open. It's religion. And because we must think about solution. The Minister of Defense should stop this. They should make pronouncement and stop it. Every Friday, people should go to various mosques around them to pray and maintain the sanctity of our military institutions. That's what I
wanted to know if this has been an issue before now. I mean, has this been anything that, the people at the top in the military have found as a source of concern. Let me raise an instance. For instance, we know that at almost every security institution, even on the roads here in Abuja, before you can enter the same road that leads to any military institution is divided in two. There are huge barricades to prevent anybody from just entering, so to speak. This became a source of concern for the military, in terms, especially after the attacks on the police headquarters. Has this been a source of concern for for the top brass of the military to say, hey, look, if we're taking these steps to put barricades, then this is also going to be a source of concern for us. What can we do about it? Have they elevated this discussion?
At defense headquarters, every Monday, even if you go this Monday coming, you will see they are always there to discuss intelligence and security brief. We discuss all topics there, including the issue of Muslims gathering every weekend. All those barriers you see at defense headquarters. And that's why I'm talking to the media. They should go there on Friday. The barrier is no longer there. It's open because it is Jumat. And this is when they come to carry out surveillance. If you look at what happened in Mogadishu Barrack, it was the same. That was the time they went there and blasted the place and killed a lot of people. It's these same people that are allowed to have access on Fridays and become members of the mess because they are, it's a social-cultural issue. So I think we should begin to look, the Minister of Defense should put an end to this, because for 35 years of my stay in the military intelligence, it has been the case. Both naval institutions, Air Force institutions, Army institutions, even the Department of State Services. Once it's Friday, the gates are thrown open, and people come from outside, and there'll be no space. They'll be all over. If you go to Defense Secretary on Friday, this Friday, you'll see them littered everywhere.
If I could just comment now. This conversation is usually quite tricky. I mean, people listening, some might take different perspectives to it, thinking, oh, is this a religious thing? Is this an ethnic thing? They ask, is it only Muslims you have in the military? Is it only people from this certain cultural, heritage that you have in the military? And I'd like us to tackle the issues. You have mentioned what you have called the core, as it were, of the problem. How do we tackle this without viewing it from a religious spectrum, an ethnic spectrum? Because well, Nigeria is quite, polarized across, these groups, ethnicity and religious. How do we tackle it without coming off as though you're inciting people, on those lines?
You see, one thing I discovered in this country is that when it comes to religion, everybody is very sensitive. But the fact I have laid bare is from the experience of 35 years of military intelligence. So I'm not coming to the air to whip up sentiments, no. I have been in the system. I work with Abacha government. I work with Babangida government. I work with Abdul Salam. I work with Yar'Adua Obasanjo. As a core insider of operations, I belong to a group of people that you are not supposed to see, people that you are not supposed to hear. Because we have 3 classes of military officers. I belong to the worst group. I lost my family because my family does not have to know where I have been, where I have gone, and I cannot talk. I've seen Colonel Lu here, I've seen Stan Lambo. Some of us belong to that group that we are not supposed to be seen, and we are not supposed to be heard. The truth I'm telling you now is not about sentiment. Is that there are a group of people in this country that feels that this country should be Islamized. This is a fact. Except you want me to start mentioning names of people in this government that we have interrogated. I was a member of an interrogation team, and I've interrogated a very high-ranking member of this government in 2007, 2008 on the issue of Boko Haram. I interrogated him. He's in this government right now. And what was the issue? Boko Haram. And this senior officer was actually let go because he was found culpable. But right now he's in the government. You see, we must say the truth, because if you don't, this country is going down the precipice. We have been set back more than 60 years right now. We've gone back to the time before 1966 now. And whoever is coming back to repair this country has a lot of work to do. This country has never been polarized, so we cannot run away from it. We have never been this much polarized. I'm a federal person. My mind is federal. My brain is federal. My loyalty is federal. I do things for the federal government. So I cannot come here and try to be sentimental. No, I'm a federal person.
So will your life be at risk now that they're hearing you?
I don't care. I don't care. And my colleagues, they know me. Those people that are listening to me, they know me. I don't care. The issue is that this country is bigger than an individual. That is the issue. This country is bigger than individuals. Buhari will come and go. Eliminating me or killing me will not solve the problem and will not add value. But he will come and go. And somebody must come and repair the damage to the psyche of this society, the damage to the polarization, to the nepotism that I've never seen in my life. I work with all these presidents. This is the worst situation I've found myself. And believe me, internet does not forget. I was part of the people that helped to bring Buhari to government because I believe in him.
Have you worked with the government after that?
After
you helped bring the government?
Oh, of course, I worked with him. We brought him in 2015, and I work as the Deputy Director of Defense Administration. And we have a lot of hope in him. And we actually are ready to do anything for him. What he has turned out over the years is shocking to us. I was in Harvard in 2014, in December, when the Department of State Services and CIA and others were contemplating about Buhari and other aspirants. I know what we did to convince the American government that the only person that can come and put this country right is Buhari. That was before the Lagos, APC, before they chose within.
Right.
And that was how Tinubu came in. We know what we did, but what he has done in the past 6 years is shocking. It's unprecedented. And it should not be allowed to be swept under the carpet because the damage to the psyche of this country is monumental.
We'll talk more on this, but pardon me,
That's it for today's broadcast from Biafra Battle Cry TV, where truth is our weapon and freedom is our mission. We remain unwavering in our loyalty to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and the liberation of our people. The struggle continues, and so does our voice. Share this message, subscribe, and spread the fire, because every voice counts in the fight for justice. Until next time, stay bold, stay vigilant, and stay Biafran. Biafra lives. Biafra rises. Biafra is our destiny.